The police are hunting for a worker from the resort where she disappeared. He was at the Ocean Club, interviewed by detectives at the time. British police fear he may have kept secrets he hasn't shared with them. Surely the police have a duty, given that information.
And 10 years on, Piers, hear me out.
Yeah.
10 years on, the investigation has been going on. Let's draw an analogy with Stephen Lawrence. Botched investigation, 24 years on, still being investigated.
But what's wrong with that? Why shouldn't it be investigated?
Well, what about all the other murders? What you have to do is look at what's in front of you, the cases where we have murders happening today that are under-resourced across the country.
What about the search
deal with what's in front of you?
Would you stop that as well?
Yes, I would actually. Yeah, I would. If I had to make difficult choices, you don't have to make difficult choices.
I don't, but what is your time frame for a missing child? I need to know, because I've got 4 kids. If one of them goes missing, how long do you sue he'll give me?
You're just being difficult. No, you don't have to make difficult decisions about budgeting.
I'm putting to you the logic of your argument. Is at what stage do you believe a missing child you should give up on when there's information which may potentially save the case?
But it's taken 6 years to reinvestigate since 2011.
But there is new information, Sue.
Apparently.
We've spent £11 million.
And I just said to you...
And this might help solve the case. Do we not have a duty to do that?
We have a duty to everybody, just not where you live and you can bend the Prime Minister's ear. It depends. Every child and every victim has the right to justice. However, what I'm saying right now, not everybody gets that same resourcing, and this is being over-resourced, in my opinion.
What do you think has happened to Madeleine, and will we find out? I mean, if £85,000 is being spent extra, it suggests that police think there is a genuine possibility that we can solve this case.
Well, I've been asked this question many times, and I've studied men both in America and the UK that abduct, abuse and murder children. That's part of my research. And I can tell you that most young children below the age of about 3 or 5, they go missing for 2 reasons. One is they wander off and fall down a hole and never get found. The other is they get taken by someone. And what you need to do when you investigate child abduction is act in a timely fashion and explore all the information and collect that information, because you never know what bit of information is going to be useful 6 months, a year down the line.
And we hear stories, you know, of girls being found 18 years recently.
They're quite rare, though.
Yeah, but they do happen. Yeah. And if you're the McCanns, I mean, you said to me earlier an interesting thing, that there's a lot of blame put on the McCanns. One of the reasons why it attracts so much aggravation, if you like, and so much controversy, is because a lot of people in this country, for whatever reason, believe that they are partly culpable for their girl disappearing because they left her to eat 50 metres away at a restaurant. You were there, you've been at this resort, you covered the thing. What is your view of that argument, that they basically partly brought this on themselves?
I think it's nonsense. I think there, but for the grace of God, go lots of people that go on holiday with their children. You know, they get 2-3 weeks off a year, and they weren't that far from, in a direct line, it wasn't that far from where their daughter was asleep. They believed that their children were safe. And like I said to you earlier, I know people that live in large houses in the country that have a barbecue at the end of their garden that were further away from their children while they were asleep than the McCanns were when their daughter went missing.
And can I just say this, though? I have reinvestigated and investigate numerous